Harold Bratpack, the man, along with the man who's sitting beside me here, helped to stop the 10, who is coming on with Ronnie Dyler's twin daughters, who are bringing the SPFL Premiership trophy onto the park. With Harold Bratpack scored one of the most famous goals in recent history. Of course, Henrik Larsson got the scoring underway, so Harold comes on the park with his, looks like his kids, certainly one of them wearing the new green and white hoops kit.
Yeah, both of them.
So a warm applause for Harold Bratpack, who's going to make the presentation, of course, to his fellow countrymen. And we shall just listen to Harold speaking.
So we didn't have all the nerves, but again, so good to be back, and all the fans again. Without the 12th guy in the stand, he wouldn't have been able to do this. So thanks again to all the people in the stadium. Very good.
Well, Harold, on behalf of all the people in this stadium, everyone watching at home, thank you for that goal that helped to stop the 10. Thank you for handing over this special trophy to Ronnie Dyler today. We're going to let you get on with that, and we'll introduce the rest of our presentation party here this afternoon.
Continuing, Harold Bratpack, from one Norwegian to another, will be handing the trophy over. And the trophy is going to be brought out by Ronnie Dyler's daughters. And so a special day for them, both wearing the hoops. So part of the presentation, and as we said, your commentary, maybe just a wee sign of just what their dads achieved.
Oh, it's been absolutely fantastic, as you say. Probably couldn't have envisaged that with the start that we had in terms of the level of performances, but it has been changed, and getting a nice round of applause from the Celtic support here, and that's what it is. It's a party day today. They come out here, we'll have a round of applause, and except for the referee, who want to forget one of these performances today again. But it's not going to change the subject and say that there is a mood for a party today. They all seem to be getting ready to come out. Harold's going to be there to do it, to getting that clincher in 1998. A fantastic moment, fantastic time. A guy with one of the smallest, or a pair of the smallest feet ever, size 5 I think it was, but he was still a goal scorer.
Well, the Celtic fans in fine voice. We just saw VJ in the tunnel there, part of the celebrations today. Of course, we remember last season when Georgios Samaras brought him out of the crowd and took him round on the lap of honour. Inspirational young man from Lurgan, and also a wonderful Celtic fan. So we're just waiting for the rest of the presentation party to come out.
I'm just trying to build up the tension and the build up for this presentation today. Just taking their time. They're probably all getting the gel in their hair and getting spruced up before they come out onto the field of play. Lee Griffiths seems to be ready. He's one that's desperate to go out and I believe get his hands on his first championship trophy. Second, sorry.
So Celtic fans enjoying the sunshine. It has been a wonderful day. And the massed ranks of the media just waiting for the rest of the presentation party. This is the moment that the Celtic players, management and everybody at the club, fans all look forward to. The chance to say once again that Celtic are the best team in Scotland, the 4 in a row champions. I'm sure as soon as the dust settled on today, they'll be looking for number 5. But this afternoon it's all about that trophy that's just taken centre stage in the park, in the pitch, as Harold Bratpack just gets up on stage.
Still a magnificent set when you see the pitch draped in the Celtic flags for the championship, and also the fireworks which will be ready to come on. Everybody in anticipation of that. There was a plane flying over as well with Hail Hail 4 in a row and tailing on to the back of it, as I think we're probably just about ready to the team, the Scottish champions, to come out once again.
So here are the champions. Lee Griffiths is the first out, followed by Craig Gordon, the goalkeeper. Adam Matthews, Izagiri, Anthony Stokes, Lucas Alushka, Forrest, Mackay Stevens and Armstrong. Probably those two men can't quite believe it. Charlie Mulgrew, Callum McGregor, Stefan Skepovic, Virgil van Dijk, Effie Ambrose, Jason Denayer, Stefan Johansson and Chris Commons are coming on with WeJ, Darnell Fisher, Owen O'Connell, Tom Roderick is there as well. So WeJ part of the celebrations, Neil Baton and John Guidetti coming on, and the last man will be Scott Brown, who will be announced on to get the trophy, and all the Celtic players just gathering in front of the trophy. It's a nice wee touch having WeJ as part of the celebrations today.
Yeah, it certainly is, as you say. It was a massive part to it, and you know, certainly it's got the imagination of so many people with the enthusiasm that he has for the football club, and it's great to see that he is part of it. And
so the Celtic manager and the Celtic captain both coming on as the Celtic players get their medals. So Ronnie Dyler, he'll certainly be wanting more of this. For Scott Brown, he has been an inspirational captain. I know how much that the manager admires him, and we are going to just let you listen to what the captain and the manager have to say.
That trophy, how does it feel? Magic. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out yet again today. Teammates have been unbelievable. It's been a good season for us.
And Ronnie, this is the first for you. It must mean a lot to be here along with your family in front of these fans. A great feeling.
This is a great, great day. So I just want to thank everybody for the support, and I'm looking forward to next season. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I won't hold you up any further. Let's hear it for Ronnie Dyler and our captain,
Ronnie
Scott
Dyler
Brown.
and Scott Brown getting the standing ovation, and they will join the presentation. The backroom staff are already there. John Collins and John Kennedy and Stevie Woods, an important part of that backroom staff. Ronnie Dyler, so popular, and I'm sure before the afternoon's out we will be seeing some of those famous Ronnie roars, which have become such an integral part of this season and an integral part of Celtic celebrations. Scott Brown gets his medal, Ronnie Dyler gets his medal from the presentation party, and Scott Brown is going to go over along with Ronnie Dyler, and Scott Brown will be the man to take centre stage, the captain, the inspiration, and he will lift the trophy. It's 4 in a row for Celtic. The countdown begins. Harold Bratpack gives the trophy to Scott Brown, and there it is, the trophy raised. A Celtic celebration, 4 in a row. What a wonderful sight that is, Tom.
it's especially good because of the sun that is shining down in paradise today, the glistening, you know, that tinsel that's falling from the rooftops, and the noise is absolutely deafening if you can hear me over that. But yes, you can never tire these kind of celebrations, and we certainly hope there will be many, many more of theirs to come. Hasty will not to be happy with the state of the pitch, with all the tinsel and the confetti that is raining round about Celtic Park today as it's swirling in the wind, and certainly players like us all, they certainly are enjoying themselves out there.
Well, they certainly are, and I think the way they set up the stage now, that the players are going to turn round and I think acclaim the North Stand as well before they do the lap of honour. The Celtic Park pitch, all glitter and tinsel, all green and white, of course, as the Celtic fans, the chant of Championes rings round Celtic Park, and we were just saying before this, you can never tire of this.
No, it's not. It's a magnificent stage, isn't it? It's and it's the rewards for a hard season. We get pushed a little way by Aberdeen, but we certainly showed our class in the end, and there was no. The outcome was going to be a formality in terms of the consistency that we do show, but I think better than that was the level of performances that we've started to put in, summing up today. Certainly fully deserved to be the champions of Scotland for the 4th time now, and you know, for many more to come as they are facing the North Stand and taking adulation from the supporters over there facing away from us, turning their backs on the pole. How rude is that?
Well, Charlie Mulgrew's up on stage there. He'll be delighted to have made that 10th appearance to get the medal. He was so unlucky with injury this season. That's the importance of the squad, of having players that can step in.
It's an interesting debate that of whether why do you need to play 10 games to get a championship. You know, you could play one game, score 4 goals that wins the game or something like that, or score the winning goal, and that could be the one that gets you over the line, you know. But I'm sure the club, no matter what, everybody who takes part in a league campaign would possibly get a medal, you know. But I suppose the authorities have got to have, not get an end to supply them, and just maybe that's why they deem it to be 10, because if someone had played 9 and not get a medal, it seems a little bit harsh. But yep, as they go to about, as the players start to do the lap of honour, I think they're getting their children, and I don't think their wives will be going with them, but certainly their kids will be on this lap of honour, and just about taking their time to get them, and certainly be a nice occasion to go joined by their families on this lap of honour.
Yeah, well, it's such a, as you mentioned, it's a real family celebration. So the Celtic players celebrating with their families, and then they'll do the lap of honour to acknowledge all the fans. So important, and must be just, I mean, they don't get much of a break now before the new season starts, but you know, it must be, these days must be great, because it just gives you that chance to, for a day to just savour all the hard work throughout the season. This is what it's all about.
Well, they'll certainly get longer to celebrate it than what we got away back in 97, 98 when we, I think we had a game on the following day against George Cadetti. So, and then obviously that was when the manager had resigned at that time, when Wim Jansen. But you know, they'll certainly enjoy it tonight. I know some will have to meet up for internationals and other ones, and then you say the qualifiers are they feel as though they're getting earlier and earlier, but one way to do that is try to help and raise our coefficient. If we get in the Champions League, we'll get more and more points, and hopefully we can start to eliminate possibly 1-2 of those rounds. You know, if we can get the help of Scottish football as well in that aspect, then I'm sure that will certainly help us in our quest to try and qualify for the Champions League.
Was there any moment in the season, we've obviously, I always think of Pittodrie as one of those games where if we hadn't won that, we'd have been 5th in the table going into the international break. We win it with 10 men, we go top of the table, we see the Ronnie roar, and there was just something about that game. It was just, you kind of felt something was happening then.
That was the key moment of defining the season, of when it changed. You know, we had won a couple of games before that, but I think that was a key moment where, you know, Aberdeen it turned out we were closer challengers. Could have went top and could have increased the lead on us, but we showed a great desire, as you say, the backs to the wall when we did go down to 10 men. You know, most clubs would have been happy for the point at the time when Scott Brown, our captain, had been sent off, but not Celtic. We play to the final whistle, even when we have got 10 men. We've won leagues with a game when we played with 10 men as well, and an important one against our old rivals. But I think that was the pivotal moment when the whole season changed. Was we've seen the outpouring of emotion from the manager as well, the passion that was shown. I think that really sparked. The Ronnie roar was developed there. I've got my wee badge on for the foundation for today, capturing the Ronnie roar, and you know, I think that was quite appropriate. That was a key moment to when the whole league changed, and we started to grow in stature, and we started to turn in the level of performances that we know we could do, and we just really kicked on from there.
Well, I'm not sure if there's going to be a lap of honour. There seems to be a lot of milling around at the moment, and a lot of the kids playing football, so I'm sure at some point they will begin their journey.
The more lax lap of honour that we've ever seen. I certainly hope it's not the form of complacency that you were talking about, taking it for granted, but certainly that's not the case. I think there seems to be a good deal of interviews being done, people talking, photographs being taken, and I think once that's all out the way, then we will see an official lap of honour, because almost to a man, Celtic support have stayed and been faithful for this, and to give the players due accreditation for what has been a magnificent season. Sadly robbed of a treble by a terrible decision. I think Stefan Skepovic seems to be the man who's taking it upon himself to be the one that first starts. Charlie Mulgrew as well, going to start this lap of honour. But there are still quite a few taking photographs within the centre of the halfway line. So it seems a little bit disorganised now, but the trophy is grabbed by Effie, and I think that's probably the key in the moment that will indicate the rest to come and follow suit.
Well, Effie Ambrose is taking the trophy out now as the Celtic players start to make their way around the pitch.
As often as some will be milking these moments, you know, you see Craig Gordon there getting his first league championship, Mackay Stevens and Armstrong, Stuart Armstrong also, guys getting their first league medals, and you know, it's very special moments when you get that opportunity to get a league championship. So there certainly will be plenty taking the opportunity. I see Mackay Stevens and Armstrong together. So they'll certainly be milking it and making sure that you'll take every inch and every moment to really absorb the atmosphere.
Well, the song's ringing round Celtic Park. So another successful season for the champions. It's finished with Celtic top of the table. They've scored 84 goals and conceded just 17. It's actually the best defensive record since 1918-19, when their City rivals only conceded 16 goals, but the best ever defensive record came from Celtic in 1913-14 with 14 goals in 38 games. So a tremendous achievement from the team. You know, Ronnie Dyler's trying to play an expansive and attacking style of football, but the foundation of that has been a very solid defence.
Yes, it has, and which probably this season has been underused on many occasions. As you say, there's a lot of times been auxiliary forwards or auxiliary attackers on many occasions because of the dominance that we have had in so many games. And as you see, the expansive kind of football that Ronnie Dyler likes to play. There's the guys in there that are very comfortable on the ball, and that allows us to utilise both full-backs, even centre-backs, driving forward on occasion. Big Virgil loves to do that, Jason not as much so, but whenever the occasion arose, he certainly is comfortable and going up further into advanced areas within the pitch. So it certainly is a magnificent season. Myself as a defender, I loved having clean sheets as well. So Craig Gordon and the lads at the back, as well as all those things they've added to in an attacking sense, they'll be rightly proud of that defensive record that they have got, and you know, hopefully whoever's there next year will beat it next year.
I suppose if there's one disappointment in this season, it was that we didn't reach the Scottish Cup final and win the treble, because the manager had said he was going to strip down his boxers and do press-ups at Celtic Park, which would have been a tremendous, it would have been a remarkable sight.
Maybe he had a word with the referee to make sure he didn't give that penalty, so that wouldn't happen. But no, obviously we were robbed of it. We should be sitting here instead of Inverness next week. We still had an opportunity, but didn't play as well on the day with the 10 men at that time than we did have on other occasions. As a big cheer there over, I think at the Greenwood Gates, as you know, certainly the manager. I think would have loved to have had that opportunity in his first, and he says it all along as the Ronnie Roar's just about to come away.
Well, we see the first of what I'm sure are going to be plenty of Ronnie Roars this afternoon, and it was a tough start for the manager, but he's really turned it around, and you know, there's real optimism for the season ahead. I'm
looking, it's still a fantastic atmosphere here. Sorry to change the subject, Paul, but looking towards the Chalkstein end, it looks as though there's a tornado going with this confetti. It just seems to be swirling round there. There's a couple of TV crews out there in the parks, and they must be getting covered in that for confetti, but it's adding to the occasion of keeping the atmosphere alive with the confetti swirling throughout the ground. It's a fantastic sight to see, and no, you can never tire of this. But sorry, what was you asking about, Ronnie?
Well, you certainly can never tire of this. But Ronnie Dyler will be. He's now got his hands on the trophy, getting some pictures there, and I'm sure it will only make him and the players even hungrier for more success next season. We're going for 5 in a row, and of course the Champions League group stage is such a big thing that we want.
Well, I think for next season there's only a couple of tweaks that he needs to do. You know, you look at the difference from the start of this season, we had to change the style. You know, the players will be familiar with that now, and so depending on who we keep, who we lose, who we sign in, you know, obviously that still needs to be added to, you know, to the squad in terms of trying to keep it fresh. But I think the quality of play that we're showing towards the end of this season, I think the players probably wouldn't have wanted the season to stop the way we have been playing. So we're certainly, as I've mentioned earlier, in a far better position for the start of next season than what we were last season. Obviously Neil deciding to leave and Ronnie coming in, wanting to get his style of play onto the players, and you know, obviously adding to the strength and depth that he did, certainly through mainly loan signings, but certainly adding a few quality players, and I think that's been the reason why we have now settled into putting in some fantastic performances.
Ronnie Dyler now just acclaiming the north stand, as we see Jay, who's just accompanying him round, also giving his Ronnie Rose as well.
Seems to be doing it at every aisle rather than just at every corner of the stadium, but I think that's you know, perfectly acceptable on a day like today, when he's obviously just milking his first league championship, and you know, certainly loving every minute. I think he's walking with his family, but certainly loving every single minute of this atmosphere, and I'm sure the party will go into this wee small hours of tomorrow. Thankfully it's a holiday weekend.
Champions League group stages next season, we've said it a couple of times, Tom, that's where we want to be, and you know, the fact that the manager's decided his pre-season is going to be here in Scotland. We're going to play some pre-season games in Scotland. He doesn't want a lot of travelling, because he knows when it gets to the middle of July, he wants to hit the ground running.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing. Obviously we know that it's a massive worldwide club that we are. Obviously on occasion we'll need to go and you know, let the fans have the opportunity to see us play elsewhere within the world, but I think it was deemed to be a reason for you know, our failure last season in terms of not making the Champions League and going here and everywhere. But I think the biggest reason was the quality of the team, that or the level of performance that we took a wee while to get used to the way Ronnie had played, and I think that was the bigger factor. And as I say, earlier in the hard on, that we do have a better squad, a better team in place this season for the start of the Champions League qualifiers, and you know, thankfully that we will be in that position, and I certainly hope that will have a bigger influence on and a bigger impact on us for our qualification games. But there's no harm in what we're doing in terms of you know, staying here, try to keep the boys on the in this area, not have the energy sapping trips abroad that we do have had in recent seasons. So I think quite a few of the players, especially who'll still have games with internationals, will probably certainly appreciate that as well.
Well, some of the players will be going away on international duty, but the rest will be enjoying a well-earned break before the return, looking to make it 5 in a row, and also looking to win the treble. Really, we want to win the treble next season.
Well, I think last season proves how difficult it is to win the treble, especially with a club like Celtic, when you get decisions like that are given against you, and it's probably not been the first time that has happened. And you know, we're certainly looking now, the league seems to be the one where I think we should win it. You know, not at a canter, but certainly with the players that we have over the course of the season, because you are allowed to have a bad day, or at the office a bad game, whereas cup competitions you don't. It's you know, obviously every single one of them are you know, knockout situations, so if you have a bad game on the day, then you're out. So that's why the cups are, for a club at Celtic, more difficult to win. But certainly hopefully next season we'll continue the form that we're showing, and we do get the breaks and the honest decisions from the referees next year, and if that being the case, then I'm sure we have the quality in the squad to be able to go on and lift our treble.
Well, we started the afternoon with the strains of You'll Never Walk Alone, and we're going to end with that as well, as I just look on in the managerial team of Ronnie Dyler, John Collins, John Kennedy and Stevie Woods with that trophy, getting their picture taken. It has been a real team effort. The manager is very much all about we. It's not him, it's very much a team effort, as he's getting photobombed by his captain. And a wonderful Celtic anthem to finish off with. It has been a wonderful season, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much, not only this afternoon but throughout the season, for joining us on Celtic TV. We've enjoyed it, I'm sure you have too. It's always great to be the champions. I hope you enjoy your summer, however short or however long, however warm or cold it is, and you will join us again very soon as we go for 5 in a row with Ronnie Dyler. Hail, hail.